7, going to verse 15.
Go ahead, King.
Let the woman learn in silence with
Let the
all.
women learn in silence.
Right. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection.
All subjection.
Going to verse 15.
But I suffer
not a woman. Let the woman learn in silence with all.
Women learn in silence.
Nor to usurp authority over the man.
Nor to assert authority over the man. You're not supposed to be in charge of a man, technically, according to the scriptures. You're not supposed to get these jobs. You're supposed to flex authority over the man. But this kingdom is so backwards. They let the women be in charge of the man, talk to the man crazy. And then when the man speaks out, he gets in trouble because the Most High said he's going to do that to the children of Israel because of the curses that he put upon our forefathers.
They get real quiet when you talk about that drafting bill.
Yeah.
Well, they get quiet on
see,
that.
right here, when we're Israelites, we're going to teach the truth. We're not, you could call us a hate group, you could call us, we're twisted the truth. We come out of the Bible. This is what the Bible says, not Robert Collins's word or Rob Judah's word. This is what the Most High said to teach the other nations. You can call it a hate group because we're not saying walk with me, Lord. We're not saying Jesus on the main line. We're not giving hugs and dances and kumbaya. The scriptures, the Most High don't want to hear that. Get that scripture that says, take away from me that song. He doesn't want to hear it. The Most High don't want to hear that. The Most High don't want to hear your song and dance, man. He don't want to celebrate Christmas. He don't want to hear jingle bells. The Most High is a man of war, right? He's going to use the other nations for war, man. You guys got to be ready for war, man, because there's a lot of feminine men out there, man, that get emotional because it was raised by their mother, right? It's no feminine, it's no masculine energy. And then when it's a masculine energy, they call it toxic masculinity. What the hell is toxic masculinity? A man's supposed to be masculine, just like a woman's supposed to be feminine. But it's the opposite in this kingdom, especially in Los Angeles, New York, and the main cities, Philadelphia. The woman is masculine. The woman is masculine, just like the man. Get in your face, cuss you out, spit on you, do the waving.
Because they got that 911. That's why
you know. And they'll call the so-called other nations when we put them in line. But that's what the Most High said he's going to do that to us. Go ahead, kid.
This is Amos chapter 5, verse 23. Take thou away from me the noise of thy song.
The Most High said, take away that noise of that song. Go ahead.
For I will not hear the melody of thy voice.
The Most High said, you don't want to hear that melody of those noise of the song.
But let judgment run down as waters, and righteousness as a mighty stream.
Righteousness is a mighty stream. So the Most High want to have righteous men. And the Most High is dealing with the men of Israel anyways. Right? He's dealing with the children and he's dealing with the men.
Amos,
he may use you guys as a vessel and stuff, but he's ultimately he's dealing with the men. Throughout the course of history, he used the men of Israel. He didn't send down the Savior to be a woman, Yahweh Shah, right? He used man, right? And we're not misogynist. What's that use that word?
Misogyny and all that.
Sexism. No, the Most High said he's dealing with the men.
The pecking order.
See out here, when we deal with the Hebrew Israelite, the men is in charge. And I know you women can't grasp that because you guys been in America too long, and your mother's mother has ruled over the household so long and told you, girl, get what you can from the man. Girl, he ain't nothing. These are your kids. You tell him what to do. No, the Most High is not dealing with that type of attitude.
This is I got a scripture right.
Go ahead, King, bring it out.
Amos 3 and 7. Surely Yahweh power will do nothing. The Most High, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob,
bring it out.
Will do nothing but reveal his secrets unto his servants,
the prophets.
It didn't say prophetess.
Prophets, the men of Israel. The Most High said he's going to reveal his secrets to the prophets, the men. And you men got to get it together as well.
Right.
We know that you was raised by a single parent house and you were emotional. Right. But get that feminine spirit off you. Gird up your loins and get into this Bible and get with other men. Stop being emotional. Stop ready to grab a gun when you don't like something. Right. I had a guy, Brent Lee, with a gun, and my job, because we got a little scuffle, I was like, brother, what? Yeah. That's that feminine energy. And I'm a gun owner myself. I got 2 guns.
Yeah.
I don't never bring out my guns or what I'm gonna do to you or I'm gonna hurt you with my gun. My gun is to protect my household and my family. I don't never bring up I'm gonna shoot you. I'm gonna just because I get into a disagreement or something you don't like. But that's the feminine energy that these men have nowadays. They're so quick, hold on, they're so quick to grab a gun. But when it comes to the other nations, they don't do a damn thing but grab cell phones, World Star, hip hop, or TikTok, or put it on those social media, and won't do a damn thing if you see your fellow brothers out there getting harmed by the LAPD, the sheriff, Hermosa Beach police, or whatever. You ain't gonna do a damn thing. But you're so quick to pick up a weapon. It's your other, like the scripture says, his eye shall be evil to his brother, man. Go ahead, King. What you want to bring out?
You want me to bring out this scripture?
No, whatever you want to bring out.
All right, then. This is Ezekiel chapter 34, verse 31.
Read.
And ye, my flock, the flock of my pastor, are men, and I am your power, saith Yahweh power.
Your power. For the Most High said, this is our power. You guys should be thankful. We're the only nation on the whole planet Earth that has a living God. The 12 tribes of Israel, Judah, Manasseh, Issachar, Judah. Name all the tribes. I can remember Ephraim.
Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Naphtali, Reuben, Asher, Simeon, Naphtali, and Issachar.
We're the only nation with a living God. The other nations don't have a God. You have a living power, a living God. That's why the scripture said that we are rich. We may not have the wealth of the other nations, but we are rich because we got a living God. The Most High is dealing with us only.
All praises, mighty men of HOILA, bringing it out, mighty in the spirit. Slock, let me get my main. All right. Brothers was talking about those fires and that the Olympics is close. So things start to make sense, they got to clear out that land, a wealthy landowner bought all that land, and all of a sudden it just happened to catch on fire. Random homeless people just walking up and lighting trees on fire during the Santa Ana winds. Interesting. It's another spinning it, a little spin to it now, you know what I mean? But and who's to say, well, you look at Gavin Newsom, you know what I mean? Look like guy will sell his own mother out for $5. He yeah, we had the reservoirs, they're all filled up, and they're like, no, we just went there, they're empty. He's like, yeah, well, that's not state-owned, it's another one. Man, listen, tell a liar a mile away, especially Esau, every time he opens up his mouth, he's lying. All right, so all praise, honor, glory, respect, homage to the Most High, Yahweh B'Shem Mashiach Yahushai. Welcome to another Wednesday wake-up call, trying to wake you up, trying to show you what's going on in this world, the prophecies, why is this happening, why is that happening, and bringing it out through the scriptures. We're going to get started right away. Okay. Anybody available to read today?
Hey, Shalom, King. I'll read for you.
All praises to Water King.
John the Bar.
Yeah. All right. We're going to start with Sirach chapter 19 and verse 8. And before we go any further, we're going to say Fair Use Act. Fair Use Act. We got to emphasize that for Esau, since they like to not listen to their own laws. You got Donald Trump right now. He is circumventing the Constitution. Man, what they say on network, we're in a lot of trouble. That's why you got to follow these law, statutes, commandments, because if it wasn't for the protection of the Most High and the angels, man, it's a wrap. They you got Elon Musk, the richest person in the entire planet, to my understanding. I'm pretty sure in America, but planet. He's up there, bunch of billions of dollars, giving Nazi salutes. No, I was holding my heart. What happened was, man, that's how you know Esau's lying, because he's talking, you know? Anytime he opens his mouth, you can expect a lie, you know? That's how you get our people. He might have a little bit of truth in there, and with a lie, and they're like, well, I don't know which way to go. That's why we got to think for ourselves in these last days. We got to be have discretion in these last days. Follow the scriptures in these last days. You know, very important, very important. So let's begin. All right, let's go to Sirach chapter 19 and verse 8.
It's the book of Sirach, Ecclesiastes, chapter 19 and verse 8. It reads, whether it be to friend or foe, talk not of others' men's lives. And if thou canst without offense, reveal them not.
Time. So whether friend or foe, whether it's your best friend or your worst enemy, don't talk about people. You know what I mean? Um, and you know, you know something, keep it to yourself. Okay. Go ahead, verse 9.
Gone. For he heard and observed thee, and when time cometh, he will hate thee.
Time. So, you know, if you're devising a plan to help somebody, right? Such and such is going through it. Let's see what we can do. You know what I mean? That's something different. But if you just gossiping and tailing or whatever, tail bearing, Slakia, um, they ain't with us. That's not where it's at. Because the people that you're talking about, they're gonna hate you, right? So that brings me to our first video. This is actually the biggest story in Philadelphia right now. Um, I'm gonna put it on, it's gonna make sense, but this young man um was a serial killer. He's 17 years old. This dude was a serial killer. You know what I'm saying? He has multiple homicides. To the street says 6 to 10. Um, and one of them being Gilly's son. A lot of people, when Gilly's son got killed, people like, man, he was in the Illuminati, and that's how he's got this podcast and everything. He was been doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was been making moves with him and Wallow. So I don't think it's no Illuminati. It's just some nigga street-ish that's going on in the streets of Philadelphia. It's just, you know what I mean? Everybody that dies is not a conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? But I know from the outside looking in, you know, you put on a YouTube video, it's like, man, that's what it had. That's what it was. You know what I'm saying? Khan. And he, they're saying that he was involved in the 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 homicide and what's that on like 33rd Street, right? Um, now I don't know, so I don't want to just spurt it out there, but they were starting to put things together saying this guy was killing everybody over the city. But enough talk. Let me put it on, right? And we can go to Proverbs 18 and 21. You can hold that, and I'm gonna put on the video. It's a little lengthy, but I think this is an important. Oh, Slocky, I gotta switch over. I think this is important because Khan. I believe this is an important story to talk about because the name of the class is called pick a side. You got to pick a side. You got good, you got evil. You can't be in the middle. You know what I'm saying? You got one foot in the streets, one foot in the right direction. You're going to get Most High going to spit you out of his mouth. Okay. So Salaki, let me put this on. It's like I said, it's a bit lengthy, but at the same time, it's important that a story like this comes out, especially in these last days. You know what I mean? People think they can maneuver back and forth from, a civilian to a street cat. Nah, Most High not having that. Like sister said, well, I'll let you see it.
This is Noah Scurry. He was a 17-year-old high school basketball star and a standout student who was killed earlier this week. It was reported by the Philadelphia Inquirer that he had the highest SAT score in his entire school when he took it. A student at Samuel Fells High School, his principal described him as gifted. In a letter to the school's families, they confirmed that he was a talented student athlete. It was around 7:15 a.m. on January 14th. The 17-year-old was leaving for school when he was gunned down, according to the Philadelphia police, as reported by Fox 29.
Philadelphia police say a 17-year-old was shot and killed along Rohrer Street in the city's Feltonville section. It happened around 7:15 this morning.
Over 20 shell casings were found at the scene. It was reported by the news that he was with his mother when he was shot, as if they were about to get into the car for her to drop him off across town at school. Authorities recovered a white Jeep Cherokee on Wednesday morning, the next day abandoned near Summerdale and Godfrey Avenues, approximately 2 miles from where Noah Scurry's home on Rohrer Street in Feltonville, where the deadly shooting took place. According to Deputy Commissioner Frank Venor, the vehicle appeared to have been damaged in a crash. Investigators are currently reviewing additional surveillance footage in hopes of piecing together the events that led to Scurry's death. While no suspects have been named and no motive has been determined, law enforcement officials are working tirelessly to identify the perpetrators. Surveillance footage suggests that at least 2 individuals were inside the Jeep during the shooting. The details of Noah Scurry's final moments paint a grim picture. He had just grabbed his backpack and was stepping into his mother's car when he was ambushed by a barrage of gunfire. More than 20 bullets were fired, as I said, and Noah Scurry was struck multiple times in the chest and abdomen. Despite being rushed to Jefferson Einstein Hospital, he was pronounced dead within minutes. Family members, friends, and classmates were devastated by the sudden and senseless loss. A GoFundMe campaign launched by his cousin seeks to help cover funeral expenses. In her heartfelt message, she described Noah as a bright, loving young man with a heart full of kindness. Noah, only 17 years old, had such a caring and loving heart, McGlenn wrote. He would do anything for his family, but most of all, for his siblings. Tributes and condolences have poured in across social media, where friends expressed their grief and shared memories of the team. Speechless, I love you, one friend posted alongside photos of Noah Scurry. At Samuel Fells High School, where Scurry excelled both academically and athletically, the loss has been profoundly felt. He was known for his sharp intellect and athletic prowess, which the news heavily focused on shortly after his passing. Scurry was an advanced placement or AP student, the highest SAT scorer in his school, and a standout point guard on the basketball team. On Wednesday, January 15th, the school created a supportive environment for grieving students, providing counseling services and a quiet space in the auditorium for students to mourn. In an Instagram post, school officials reminded the community of the importance of kindness and mutual support. The greatest gift of support we have is each other, the school wrote. Be kind to each other today and always. Monique Braxton, a spokesperson for the school district, said that Noah was the kind of student that everyone wants. Noah Scurry's social media was filled with basketball highlight reels that showcased his skills on the court, where he effortlessly crossed over defenders, executed smooth layups, and nailed three-point shots. His undeniable talent was matched only by his bright future, a future now tragically cut short. The broader context of Noah Scurry's death is part of the Philly Daily Reminder of a persistent gun violence plaguing the city. According to Jackie Golden of the city controller's office, there have been 30 shooting victims in the city this year, 5 of whom were 18 years or younger. As the investigation into Noah Scurry's death continues, his memory lives on in the hearts of those who knew and loved him. His life, marked by academic excellence, athletic talent, and a caring spirit, is a painful reminder of the urgent need to address the violence, claiming young lives in Philadelphia and beyond.
Philadelphia police say a 17-year-old was shot and killed along Rohrer Street in the city's Feltonville section. It happened around 7:15 this morning. That's where we find NBC 10's Matt DeLucia live at the scene. What do we know about the victim, Matt? and any suspects in this case.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, Johnny, homicide investigators are still here at the scene. They've been here all morning. You can see the tape is still up, and the shooting itself happened in this narrow driveway behind the 5000 block of Aurora Street. This is just off the boulevard. And as you mentioned, this happened around 7:15 this morning. Police showed up here. They found the 17-year-old who had been shot several times throughout his body. The young man was rushed to Einstein, and he died just after 7:30. Now, earlier, we could see a backpack and a shirt laying on the street. But as of right now, police have not made any arrests, but they did find a gun out here. And as investigators are going through this area, they're also going door to door, trying to get some surveillance video, trying to get some idea of who may have pulled this trigger and killed the 17-year-old right as the sun was coming up here along Aurora Street.
Also, you're gonna have foul language in this, so just keep that in mind. Some language.
If people like myself and THF Philly weren't around, this would have been the end of the story. By the day of Noah's death, as is all too clear by now, 17-year-old star student athletes aren't just executed in front of their moms for no reason. There's always a story behind it that the news is reluctant to give for political or social reasons. If you just got your news from the Philadelphia Inquirer or NBC, then the story is almost always missing context. Due to social media, traditional mainstream media was forced to double back the next day and say, hey, there's a little more to the story here. 30 years ago, this would have never happened, and the story would have been left at that. There was no Instagram to correct the news or YouTube for people like me to make a story with a little more context.
Enforcement sources are telling me they believe Noah Scurry appeared in a rap video with guns that was posted to social media the day before he was killed. New tonight, law enforcement sources confirm there was a rap video uploaded to social media the day before 17-year-old Noah Scurry was shot to death.
That's pretty much that's like what do you call that? Immediate, you know, a day later. But as we're gonna see, a lot of the stuff that he was doing, it just caught up with him. Let's bring that out. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 20. Bubba Shaw.
Come on, King. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 18 and verse 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof.
Time. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. You know, you talk death, death's gonna come to you. You know, you talk about killing people, bad things gonna happen. You know, you should be ready, really mindful of the words you use. All right, let's continue.
Behind his home.
In fact, while we watch this, let's get Sirach. No, I'm sorry, not Sirach. Ecclesiastes 7 verse 5 on deck. Ecclesiastes 7 verse 5.
Good is on you, not taking it. You got running, he needs to be chasing the leg truck, and we all got drinks in it. Next to school, we know that I'm facing them. She want from me, sit here, and I'm dangerous. On TV, all the blocks can't hang with us. And you got catch a bite in the game with us. You got hit with the 10 that's changing them. So I'm scooping, roasted creating. The last one we caught was stuck on the pavement. I'm sitting on the table, collecting the paint. I hit with the ball.
In front of his mother, who is getting ready to take him to Samuel Fels High School. A screenshot of the video shows a man in a Joker mask, at times appearing to hold a gun. Sources tell Fox 29 they believe that to be Scurry. In the video, he dances along other individuals who are also holding and showing off guns throughout it.
Let's talk about the op. They talking about switches and drakes and don't even got him. I'm gonna get bitch. He talking about his face is going 8 way. That shit out of pocket. This ran into 2 ops, 2 days back to back, and both of them niggas was top. If I'm gonna hit, then I'm getting up close and shit. So you know nobody's.
66-year-old man is dead and 3 teens are hurt following a shooting last night in Frankfurt. It happened just before 9:30 on the 4600 block of Mulberry Street. The man who died has been identified as Ivan Hall from Philadelphia. Three 15-year-old boys are in stable condition after being shot. Police have not given any more details on what may have led to the gunfire. As of yet, no arrests have been made.
Police sources confirmed Noah Scurry was one of 4 people shot in an unsolved May 2023 murder case on the 4600 block of Mulberry Street in Frankfurt. According to police, 66-year-old Ivan Hall was shot and killed on Sunday, May 28, 2023, and 3 then 15-year-olds were shot multiple times. Police sources said that Noah Scurry was one of the teens. This shooting places Noah smack dab in the middle of Frankfurt, a section of the city that hosts sets like the Double C's or Certified Clappers and Parkside. Noah is said to be affiliated with Parkside. Contrary to popular belief, I'm not a Philly gangologist like some people like to believe, nor do I want to be. But from what I can gather, you got a few groups relevant to this story. According to the person who made this map, this is Parkside or Double C territory. Up here is a group of young boys who call themselves the Whackers, and over here is M24 territory. And as you can see, this is where YNG Cheese was killed. Noah, or Baby Joker, his street nickname, was very active out here, and his life had a part that may not have been known to his coaches and family. Less than a month after Noah was shot and a 66-year-old man was killed, another tragedy struck near the area when 25-year-old Devin Spady was killed.
A triple shooting in Philadelphia's Olney section claimed the life of an up-and-coming musician. The 25-year-old rap artist was known as Young Cheese, and he's the son of well-known influencer Gillie the King.
Gillie the King has amassed millions of followers, and a lot of them are planning to come here next week for Gillie Fest. It's a big concert. He uses his platform to speak out against violence, and now violence has claimed the life of his son. Police say Devin Spady, better known as Young Cheese, was one of 3 people shot in the 5800 block of Masher Street in Olney Thursday night. Shot in the back, the 25-year-old rapper was a rising star and the son of one of Philadelphia's biggest stars, Gillie the King. Gillie the King is a rapper turned podcaster turned philanthropist. He and his $1 million worth of game podcast partner, Wallow, also helped give away millions of dollars to support local businesses, and both were awarded the key to the city.
Gillie and Wallow have become the unofficial mayors of the city of Philadelphia. How about that, right? They are the voice of the youth.
Talent agent Walt Reeder Jr. has known Gillie the King for years and knows he wanted more for his son. The other 2 people who were shot with Young Cheese both survived. Police have not made any arrests in the case. In Spring Garden, Taronda Thomas, Channel 6 Action News. Shari?
Yeah, very shocking story to learn of.
As is well known, Spady, or Cheese, is the son of comedian and Philly rap legend Gillie. Cheese's death came after him and a group of friends were apparently standing on a corner when shots rang out on the 5800 block of North Masher Street near Nedrow. Around the corner, police also found a 28-year-old man shot twice in the leg and drove him to Einstein. A third victim, a 31-year-old shot in the hip, arrived at the hospital in a private car. Video from the scene shows that a group of men were having a conversation on the corner of Nedrow and Masher when they heard gunshots and started running. No arrests were ever made in this case. No one took credit for this, as obviously that will open up a huge can of worms. 2 years earlier, AJ, or Ajon Jackson, was killed coming home from work. This murder is mentioned heavily by fellow Double C members Hardy and others in their raps. In fact, Hardy has a music video with over 1 million views with lyrics heavily mocking the death of AJ and another M24 affiliate, Twin 5, or Jay, who was killed in March of 2021.
After dark, if I'm taking shit and selling bull, and you either get some money or you play your role. They ain't dying just for nothing. That's what happens when you true. Murder game. You drop a diss and get exposed. Niggas spoke from rookie name. We took his life. That's what he owed. Get up close, hit the and hit his body. Watch him fold. Dummy working 9 to 5. I give it.
Slakia, you bring that out, Ecclesiastes 7:5.
King. It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 5. It is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the song of fools.
Man, it's a song of fools. I apologize. I apologize. You gotta listen to this nonsense. But they're actually talking about real things that really happen. you know what I mean? And of course, end up in jail, but keeps happening, keeps doing it, you know what I mean? But let's continue on with the video.
Another teenager is shot and killed on the streets of Philadelphia. I'm Yuki Washington.
I'm Jessica Cartalia. 16-year-old Ajon AJ Jackson was shot outside of East Oak Lane home when police say he was ambushed. He and his twin sister had just finished their shift at McDonald's.
Double C. The Pico bodies in them trenches, I can rap because I did it. Got our shooters in one driver and his squatter and his tenant. That's a man down on the scene, record like 5 shots to his biscuit. We most active in the city, speak on why then we spin it. I told old bro, just bring it here back, ain't no passes if he lack it. Cause we beat for master splinting niggas telling no where hat. You either get there or you wait out the tech is running city. Exotic glossy, we got six and big ass choppers, double titties. Tapped it twice and fried his ass, he can't react cause this is switchy. All he heard was we getting back and lost some soldiers in that war, they wish they bros come back to life. I lost my dog and brought it head back on my team to make it right. We gon' show your brothers cause they dead and you ain't dead. Now in the year without no get back, why they acting like they dead? Bro just told me run my movie before it stopped because them feds coming. Yeah, double C.
Yo, where are they getting these guns from? You know what I'm saying? I know they got the what's it called? 3D printers and everything. Where are you getting a 3D printer from? You know what I mean? The crazy part, I remember when I was that age. It was a time we used to go down South Street, right? If anybody not from Philadelphia, South Street's like, the place, to hang out. When you're young, you really can't go in the clubs or anything like that. Like you're there, their age. There's girls walking down there. You talk to the girls, you get their number, you go out, you do stuff like that. Go to the movies, dinner and stuff. They ain't doing none of that, man. They can't. They cannot go out in public without them ski masks on. The ops gonna get them. It's the ops. You know what I mean? So they just knocking each other off left and right. Left and right. This guy possibly killed 10 people in the city. That's a lot, man. You go to, Charles Manson and Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy had a lot, but, that's serial killer status. That's Jeffrey Dahmer type time. Let's continue.
Oh, he lagging, so I'ma up my click and beat the drum. He was dumb, I heard Lil 5, they caught a 9, they have a gun. Now he bum, and we did the dance, fuck talk like Kelly Nunn. He was dissing on Lil Wayne, happy birthday, he got gift wrap. I know you heard the news, we made him snooze, come get your look back. Them niggas ain't on shit, and I came a wreck. You know who did that, treat that switchy on my glizzy like my bitch, so she gon' get that. Heard he living out the way, but we still lamping on the spot. Where them bullets hit him, got him dancing, watching Diddy Bop. Brody, he don't say too much, he just be spinning, duck your top. And we never selling ranches, catch them bodies, then we swap. We matched the lazy with the fast food, and I just did a drill, switch out the Glock, get this bitch brand new.
16-year-old boy, he had just finished a shift at McDonald's where he worked with his twin sister. They actually got a lift here home. It was when they got out of that car that somebody started firing at them. You can see there on the ground a McDonald's bag and a wrapper right in front of their home. Police saw this happened before 11 p.m. on Ferriston Drive near the Philly and Montgo border. Family told police that teen and his sister, they worked at McDonald's about a mile away. They finished work at 10 p.m., ordered a lift, which dropped them off right in front of their home. When they got out, police say there was 2 males who came toward them, opened fire, hitting the boy in the torso, the back, and in the head. They fired at least 15 shots. Police say he was clearly the target. The sister was not hit. She was able to run home. They talked to other employees at that McDonald's who say that they hadn't seen any fights, no altercations, especially involving the 16-year-old. So police are continuing their investigation. They did find a weapon here on the street, a semi-automatic gun they found on the sidewalk, so they're hoping.
This brings us to the present day, back and forth shootings between the Northeast sets, which continued. Chris Dowling was shot and killed last February. Fast Break members and now Bugs and LR or Lil Ryan were arrested and charged a few months later. M24 member Juan Brody was the first to alert the public of the shooting with an IG post. Bugs and LR were also charged with a bus stop shooting that injured 8 students heading home from school in March of last year.
The sound of gunshots at a SEPTA bus stop. New surveillance video tonight of the dramatic moments that sent teenagers running for their lives when 3 masked gunmen suddenly opened fire. 8 teens were shot and wounded, 2 of them critically.
3 days earlier, the carnage and out-of-control violence continued to shock Philadelphia as 17-year-old Damon Taylor was killed. The Philadelphia high school student was gunned down after school during a shooting at the North Philadelphia bus stop that left 4 other people injured, including 2 women who were on the bus and 2 other teens. The horrific shooting took place just before 3:45 p.m. at Ogons and Godfrey Avenues, when 2 people, at least one with an automatic weapon, fired at a group of young people waiting at the bus stop. Police Commissioner Kevin Bethel said. Multiple rounds were fired, Bethel said. According to the police, shooters fired more than 50 times with an automatic weapon. Damon Taylor was shot multiple times throughout his body and head, police said. The 17-year-old from the Fern Rock neighborhood died a short time later at the hospital. A girl at the scene can be heard in shock saying, "Oh my God, his face is gone." All of these murders are mentioned because leading up to the death of Noah, him and his friends can all be heard rapping about these incidents. And after his death, Noah was linked to several homicides through street rumors. The ones that seemed to gain the most traction were Fat Dame and Cheese.
Talk about the op, they talking about switches and drakes and don't even got them. I'm at the bench, he talking about his face is going, hey, wait, that shit out of pocket. This right. I'm at the bench, he talking about his face is going, hey, wait, that shit out of pocket. This right here, 2 ops with these back to back, and both of them niggas was copping. If I'm gonna hit, then I'm getting up close to shit. So you know ain't nobody survive. Bro said when he got to the drop, he was coming out the crib, so we can call that perfect time. This nigga thought he was my man, he gave me his gun, he must have didn't know I was saying that. He loafing in his phone when I say last song. I creep up behind, they throwing them low ass shoes and calling to get back. Hop out, come catch you a body. That's the nigga out on the floor, and all like my third was the best. I hop out frying. Niggas can't talk about Chris if he ain't gonna talk about how fat they and soul left nigga fat. Bitch, do you fuck with the ops or not? Cut that little act, we already know it's lying. Out on my block, I don't do the hiding. Read the reasons them niggas is dying. Crack a 4 and meet the 10. No, we ain't playing defiant. They got a fully behind it. Give me a drop, I'm a pop it. But it's surprising. He don't see me, but I see him. Left and right, let's box him.
Also, through unsubstantiated sources, he is linked to the death of Izzy Stanley and the 18-year-old Tin Millie, who both died in June of 2024, a week apart. Now, I'm not trying to go around putting murders on people, so please take all of this with a grain of salt. I'm delivering the info that was sent my way, and these seem to be persistent rumors through people who would know, like people close to him. Damon, or Fat Dame as he was called, went to Imhotep High School. The alleged retaliation shootings a few days later by Fast Break members is referenced by Noah, or Joker here, where he says,
I was telling on them bodies like, damn, free Lil Ryan. We the reason why they throwing 5s and then they end up dying. They keep asking, why you couldn't get up? I mean, he wasn't trying. Any nigga, we call cracking forest on a guy free Friday. All right, I said, cut hand in the I know that shit's surprising, but all right, fuck that murder shit, come on. We can put this
referencing Jamal Tucker, or Molly, the first person arrested when the 8 students were shot at the bus stop, and apparently the first one to start talking and gave up his friends. Joker is heard sarcastically saying, "Free Lil Ryan."
Free Lil Ryan. We the reason why they throwing 5s and then they end up
G12 Zai, One Brody, Lil Mook, and other M24 members are known to be cool with Blumberg through mutual friends and family members, and also because of the Zoo Gang Blumberg War.
Put them like in that store, put them in a box. We did some juice and ghosts.
All the smaller factions under them aligned accordingly. M24 and Fast Break are kind of the same in terms of lost homies and members. They have been aligned with the Blum for years. Recently, you started to see Noah getting the backing of Pentown and Zoo Gang members. The day before he died, he dropped a song with a rapper named Trent Season, who was with Pentown and Zoo Gang. The song, which had zero attention at first, went to over 100,000 views after the news of Noah's passing. The week before Noah died, his basketball team played Imhotep, the school which Fat Dame went to. There was obvious tension about what happened, and the school didn't want an incident. Noah didn't play in the game, and Imhotep blew out fouls. No students were allowed to attend the game either. I got word that there was a summer league game between the two schools, and they were going to try to pack Noah out after the game, but he escaped. After Noah was killed, speculation, as always, ran wild. The long and short of it was, Noah had numerous ops due to his street activities, many of which were not included in this video, and he was killed. Real or perceived, the threat of Noah was enough for his ops to sit on his house and wait for him to leave for school with his mom and get their form of revenge.
Body, I finally got it. I told the dance, the bitch on line outside with 4 or 5 deep in the job. Like, what? Did what Baby and couldn't do this, put the Joker down. Baby Joker, this when the jokes is over now. He got flame bullets burning his wings. He probably gonna be in hell. I'm scared to go back to the 9 and smoking. I think I'm gonna hear him yell.
The path in life we go depends on the choices in front of us. A lot of the time, people with high intellect go on to be star performers in society. Doctors, engineers, scientists, lawyers. Some other with higher than average IQ think they can beat the system, that they are smart enough to beat the streets. Or sometimes people like Noah think they can straddle the line and be a high school top performer by day and Baby Joker, the street demon, at night. But as evidenced by this story, it never ends up the way you want it to. The streets are a lie, and Noah fell right into the trap. A brilliant future wasted for the want for revenge and twisted justice. I'm going to leave it there for now. Thanks for watching American Confidential. And until next time, be safe.
So he's rumored to have killed one of our sister's cousins. You know, it's the rumor. Nobody knows for sure, but you know, that's what the streets are saying, right? So gotta pick a side. You know what I mean? As the highest SATs, AP classes, you know, he had one of the highest averages in points scored on the basketball team. He had a straight shot to a college. But what happened? You know, he was in the streets. He got shot when he was 15, and he just was killing people. So that's another you know, it's like a Bronx tale. You know, it's the Philly tale right there, you know, Philly story. All right. But let's keep going. Let's go to Job chapter 38 and verse 33. All right.
Those things. I like a nice.
This is the book of Job, chapter 38 and verse 33. Knowest thou the ordinances of heaven? Canst thou set the dominion thereof in the earth?
So as this happening, like, you know, he made a rap. He made a rap the day before, and he got killed the next day at 7 in the morning in front of his mother. Got hit with a switch. I'm assuming it's a switch. He got shot, you know, it was like 20 shots or whatever. Somebody took a picture of him laying on the ground. He's laid out, so that's on the internet. You know, so the things that we do is going to catch up with us. Okay. Got it. Now, one thing, that's why we had this Wednesday wake-up call, is we got to pay attention to the signs. You know what I mean? Signs all over what the Most High is doing on the earth. Okay. And right now it's a 7 planetary Sakya. A 7 planetary alignment. I don't know how many planets we got. like Earth is one of them, right? I guess Pluto's one, right? That's all of them. They all lined up right now. You know? So let's watch that and we'll return.
Get ready for a breathtaking astronomical event. Planetary alignments are one of the most spectacular sights in the night sky. They occur when several planets appear close to each other from our viewpoint on Earth. These events are infrequent, making them a must-see for anyone with an interest in astronomy or the night sky. In January, you can see 6 out of 7 planets in our solar system at the same time. Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn will be easily visible to the naked eye, making it a perfect show for all stargazers. But wait, there's more. In February, this planetary alignment will include Mercury, turning it into a 7-planet parade. This event is so rare, you won't want to miss it. Key dates to remember. January 8th, the crescent moon will add a magical touch to the planetary lineup in the evening sky. As twilight fades, look towards the southwestern horizon to spot Venus and Saturn close together. Venus, the brighter of the two, will be unmissable, shining brightly and leading the celestial display. January 18th, Venus and Saturn will appear just a few degrees apart in the constellation Aquarius. Venus will shine brilliantly with a magnitude of around -4.5 degrees, outshining Saturn, which will be much dimmer at a magnitude of around 1. Although the two planets will be too far apart to fit within a single telescopic view, they'll form a stunning sight in the twilight sky. January 20th. This will be another opportunity to see Venus and Saturn close together before Saturn starts to disappear from view. As Saturn sinks lower towards the horizon each evening, it will gradually fade from sight, leaving Venus to continue its reign as the dominant object in the western twilight sky. As Venus continues to dominate the western twilight sky, you'll also find Jupiter high in the eastern sky and Mars near the eastern horizon with its red hue. January is the best month to observe Mars as it reaches its closest approach to Earth on January 14th. The red planet will shine brightly with its distinctive red color, making it a captivating sight in the night sky. Meanwhile, Jupiter will be the second brightest speck of light in the night sky after Venus. Having recently passed its opposition, this is one of the best times of the year to observe the gas giant with the naked eye. As twilight fades and darkness sets in, Jupiter becomes clearly visible, shining brightly high in the eastern sky. On March 30th, 2025, a rare celestial conjunction will occur as 6 major planets, Saturn, Venus, Mercury, Sun, Rahu, and Moon, will converge in the constellation Pisces. This extraordinary event features a rare Saturn-Rahu conjunction, last seen in 1968, amplified by a partial solar eclipse on March 29th. This conjunction may bring transformative changes, marked by turmoil and opportunities. In February, Mercury will join the alignment, creating a 7-planet parade. However, spotting all 7 planets together might be challenging, as Mercury, Saturn, and Neptune will be close to the Sun at sunset, requiring a clear western horizon to catch a glimpse of these planets. Don't miss these events in 2025, February 1st, a triple conjunction where the moon will appear between Venus and Saturn in the western sky after sunset. This celestial lineup will light up the twilight sky, making it a perfect photo opportunity for stargazers and photographers alike. April 25th. Another triple conjunction will occur in the pre-dawn sky, with the moon, Venus, and Saturn forming an enchanting smiley face. Adding to the scene, Neptune will be nearby, although it will only be visible through a telescope.
See that? A smiley face? Let me slog it. Run that back.
Another triple conjunction will occur in the pre-dawn sky, with the moon, Venus, and Saturn forming an enchanting smiley face.
Yeah. Same with signs in the sky. Slog it. Signs in the heavens. All right. Let's just stay focused, y'all. Pay attention. Come on.
Adding to the scene, Neptune will be nearby, although it will only be visible through a telescope. If you have a clear view of the eastern horizon, you might also spot Mercury, although it will be quite challenging to see the tiny planet. September 19th, the Moon, Venus, and Regulus, the brightest star in the constellation Leo, will create a breathtaking view in the pre-dawn hours. A thin, waning crescent moon will pass very close to Venus and Regulus, creating a stunning celestial grouping. This close grouping will be easily visible to the naked eye, but for the best experience, use binoculars to see the sharp details of this conjunction. 2025 is packed with amazing planetary events that you should mark on your calendar. These alignments and conjunctions offer a rare opportunity to observe the beauty and wonder of our solar system. Whether you are an experienced astronomer or a casual stargazer, these events are sure to captivate your imagination and inspire a deeper appreciation for the cosmos. Keep an eye out for these spectacular alignments and enjoy the beauty of the cosmos. Hope this helps. Let me know if you need any more information.
All right. Yeah, so right now, what do you say? 6 planetary alignment. In February, it's gonna be 7 planetary alignments. In April, it's gonna be a crescent moon and a smile from the sky. So the signs are all there. You know what I mean? The ordinance of heavens. Some people are affected by. I would say most people. One thing I do know is on full moons, there's hospitals are full. If you ever worked with the public, then you probably picked this up. Like, what is it, a full moon tonight? More babies are born on full moons. So, the high tide from the full moon. So the things out there does affect Earth. So if you're feeling anxious, it was some solar flares coming off of the sun. It was a huge gash in the sun. We talked about that last Wednesday. But if I'm anxious, I don't know what's going on, I'm feeling tired, I'm feeling energized, it affects people differently. So just not going to a psychic or something, say, oh, this is what's going on. You're retrograde and Sagittarius and all this other stuff, man. We don't get into all that. But it is pretty factual that these things do affect us. It just affects people differently. So if you are feeling anxious, depressed, high strung, almost you feel like you're bipolar, it could be the ordinance of heaven. It's a very well possibility. Okay. Let's continue. All right, let's go to Amos 9 and 8. So these are some things that, definitely want to bring to our people. They might not pay attention to things like that. I mean, especially people like Noah Scurry. You know what I mean? Not saying he would care. It was that deep in the streets where you got 10 bodies, but it's important to know that Donald Trump said he's going to label drug cartels. I mean, he say drug cartels. He just said cartels as terrorists. He also said gangs as well. Gangs, inner city gangs. He's on it. So, we'll see about that. If Esau really wants to clean up the streets and all that, or they're just talking. You know what I mean? Because one thing that Jake that's out of his mind, you can count on that he's going to kill more Jake, and that's something that I'm sure white supremacists would love. They love that, and also that they're going to get locked up. So eventually you're going to go to jail for the rest of your life so they can make money off of during the taxes. So we'll see if that's just lip service. More than likely it is, at least for the inner cities. We'll see about the cartels. But and if it's not, then we'll see what happens as far as the hell he's going to rain on these gangs. Probably considered the Israelites gangs, but we'll see. We'll see what the future brings. Let's go to Amos 9 verse 8. You haven't heard about Slaki. You haven't heard about the drones in a while. The drones in a while, right? They're gone. Of course they're not. Okay, but as long as they stop talking about them, People think they're gone, but they're not. We're going to talk about it. Go ahead, King Slakia.
God, King. It's the book of Amos, chapter 9 and verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord.
Okay, so these drones, right? Now we talked about we've talked about this at length, right? And after a while, I just stopped talking about it, but that doesn't mean they went anywhere. The thing about these drones are that they said there's a no-fly zone for drones. Has that changed anything? Absolutely not. They're still there. They also said that we have the right. They said this, and Germany said this. We have the right to shoot down these drones. Has any drone got shot down yet? No. So that lets you know these ain't no drones. You know what I mean? If you can't shoot what you can't see, they said when they got a lock on it, or not necessarily a lock, but they got reports of the drones. They went to go get them, and the drone disappeared. What drone you know that could disappear? That ain't no drone. You ain't get that off at Walmart or Amazon. These are chariots. They're the eyes of the Lord are upon a sinful kingdom. Pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Look busy. We're being watched. We always have been watched, but now they want us to know that we're being watched. So whatever secret sin you got, dead it, bury it, have a funeral of your sin. Like, all right, I ain't gonna do this no more because there's chariots everywhere. Now this one's from Long Island. Let's play.
There is still surrounding the drone sightings across the skies.
My bad.
There is still a lot of mystery surrounding the drone sightings across the skies of the Northeast. Just after the new year, officials say an airport in West Hampton, New York, saw repeated drone sightings, including right over the runways. So they took steps to do something about it. And this comes after President-elect Trump last month vowed to release a full report on the sightings once he takes office Monday.
Okay, well, he did, right? What's today, Wednesday? Did anybody get that report? No. So, news reporter asked him about it, like, so you're gonna do what you said you're gonna do? Yeah, Susie, let me find out about that, Susie. Who the hell is Susie? I'm saying, I mean, it must be his assistant or something like that. But in reality, it's about to be Thursday. Still nothing. He said, day one, I'm gonna do this day one. But he did 200 executive orders day one, but he's not talking about this. Why? I think we already know why. Let's continue.
I'm going to give you a report on drones about one day into the administration, because I think it's ridiculous that they're not telling you about what's going on with the drones.
All right, senior correspondent Laura Ingalls live for us in New York. So, Laura, what more do we know about these so-called drone detection systems?
Hey, Nicole. Well, we are standing right outside the Francis Gorbeski Airport. We're in Suffolk County on New York's Long Island and West Hampton. And this is where officials have been reporting a very unusual amount of sightings around this airport. Our photographer, Greg, is going to push in and show you the control tower because that is where some of these calls have been dealt with. As we take a look at this airport, these incidents have occurred in highly sensitive areas, including over runways here, on taxiways, and restricted airspace. And just this month, authorities have reported multiple sightings that have raised serious questions about who might be behind these flights and what the purpose may be. And to address the issue, a highly sophisticated system known as Dedrone has been installed here. The system uses radar, cameras, and artificial intelligence to track and pinpoint drones in real time. And officials here tell us it is a crucial tool for them for this airport, which is also home to the 106th Rescue Wing of the New York Air National Guard, making these sightings all the more concerning and adding to the growing attention. As you mentioned there at the top, President-elect Donald Trump recently addressed the issue, vowing to make these incidents a priority once he takes office. And locally, officials in Suffolk County are leveraging the new detection system to trace the origins of these drones and identify. Take a listen.
That detection system will allow us to help identify not only where these are taking off from, but also the IDs that are associated with these drones. And we're going to use that information to potentially go and knock on doors or locate the actual operator and have a conversation as to what they're doing.
Right.
As I mentioned, the Air National Guard is here next door. And what we've been told from some of these, quote, drones that have been spotted in the sky, when you think about drones that we are used to seeing, the officials here have said, just like we've heard before, Nicole, that some of these items have been the size of cars. They are very large. There was many spotted in the last few days. And on Christmas Day, 17 different sightings at this airport. Nicole?
Yeah, so a lot of questions, Laura. Next hour, we'll hear more from you.
17 different sightings on Christmas. Isn't that Jesus' birthday? You know what I'm saying? It's like it. No folly, no folly. He said, I'm gonna shut down this airport. That's what he said. But the size of cars, how does something have that much energy? It's the size of a car and it can sit in the air all day. And then after it's done, it goes back to the ocean, right? And then they can't track it. What? Nah, man, we got to get out of that, They keep saying drones because this, obviously is Esau's media. He's the one that puts out the wording and, you say it, you listen to what they saying and you repeat it, or you go the opposite direction. A lot of people go in their direction. Ain't no drones, man. These are chariots. All right. These are chariots and they're watching us. Okay. They're watching the United States, but they're not just in the United States. They're in the UK, they're in Germany. I don't know how many drones are in the Sudan, you know what I'm saying, or the Congo. They lining up Esau, you know what I'm saying? Not saying Ham can't get it too, but they're going over military bases. They're going over airports, shutting them down. There's nothing anybody can do about it. Until somebody's able to do something about it and they completely stop, then maybe I'll just stop calling them chariots. Doubt it though. Okay. I had dreams about this, you know what I'm saying, during the time it was happening. So I'm like, yeah, those are chariots. Okay. Just so we know. Let's go to Sirach 23 and 19. Also, seems like they're increasing. It's not stopping. It's not slowing down. Donald Trump going to deflect everything because he knows, man, you put your foot, this is the foot and mouth disease right there, man. You should just shut up. But he said he's going to do it, and hopefully people hold him to it. But this is the second go around with this guy. He just doesn't answer questions. Like, you can ask him a question, he'd be like, he'll totally spin that joint. Well, that was really nasty what you just said. Well, anyway, let's talk about this, that, and the third. He'll just spin it around. You know what I mean? But that's Esau for you. All right, let's bring that out. Sirach 23, 19, Bubba Shaw.
Come on, King. It's the book of Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, chapter 23, verse 19 in the Apocrypha. And it reads, such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men, and considering the most secret parts.
So what would you do if you're military minded, right? If you don't, if you have the technology to pinpoint, you know what I'm saying? What do you want to do when you want to do it, as far as logistics goes, timing, where this person is, what they're doing, this, that, and the third. You send a drone, or when I say drone, quotes, you know what I mean? You send something just to be able to look, right? Just to watch, observe. And just like they said in Signs with M. Night Shyamalan, he says, well, what's going on? He's like, it's called gathering intel. And he's like, why would they do that? He said, you see if it's safe. He said, safe for what? He said, for the rest of them. You know what I'm saying? 200 million angels. Let's go. All right, now we're not going to watch this whole thing because he starts getting into Stephen Greer. If anybody doesn't know who Stephen Greer is, you didn't really miss anything. but he's this Edomite that's, oh man, I know all this stuff about UFOs. I know a bunch of stuff about UFOs. And he's like being interviewed. And they're like, okay, can you tell us? No, I can't tell you. It's classified. So why are you here? Why are you speaking right now? Why are you doing the interview if you can't tell us what you know? Oh man, I just talked to the president yesterday, and then I briefed the former president, and then I even briefed the future president. Like he's always pumping himself up to be something, and I don't buy it. You know what I mean? Unless you can tell me that these so-called aliens are angels and they're working with the Most High and they're going to destroy us, meaning the Babylon and the wicked of the world, then you ain't got nothing to say. And he really, when he does say stuff, it doesn't pan out. Okay. So we're not going to get too far into what this guy says. This is Dabu 7. That's his name. His name's Dabu 7. So we're going to get just a little bit. I just want just to talk about how many sightings there are. Let's go.
This is Dabu 7. We've got some new information here in terms of these mystery drones. They're back, and they are tracking them on an interactive map that you can see on the right here, where all the pins are. And you can see a majority of these sightings have happened in the eastern part of the United States, the northeast of the U.S. Now, Trump has said and made a promise that he would tell us what was going on with the drones. Not a word of it yet. Everyone's sitting here patiently waiting, knowing that he got briefed and that he knows what's going on with these drones. The Biden regime refused to tell everybody what was going on. We know the drones have FAA lights on them. They're not another being, so to speak, and not even an adversary.
All right. Now he starts telling me his opinion. Nobody asked. Dabu 7, nobody asked for your opinion, Esau. Okay, but we know what time it is. Hopefully we know what time it is. All right, let's continue on. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 15 and verse 3.
Khan, it's the book of Proverbs chapter 15 and verse 3. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good.
And the eyes of the Lord are the angels. The angels, they're everywhere. Okay, so if you're thinking about starting a fight with one of your fellow Israelites, and I'm gonna air him out, I'm gonna air her out, I'm gonna embarrass her, I'm gonna embarrass him, I'm gonna put it out there on social media, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, you are certifiably going with the wind. You obviously have no idea what you're doing here. You know what I'm saying? This book that we're supposed to be reading, you don't read it. I don't know if I can see. Oh, wow. Okay. You don't read it, or you don't understand it. Either way, that's not good in these last days. It's best to just stop talking, get off social media. If that's something that you cannot handle, putting out bad vibes and negative energy to everybody on the internet, then you need to take your computer, right? Grab it like this and throw it out the window. Take your phone, if you're using that, and flush it down the toilet. Don't do that. You might clog up your toilet, but you know what I'm talking about. Toss it out the window when you're on the highway or something. Because we're being watched and monitored. And our thought pattern, everything is down. It knows the very hair on your head. Okay? So do yourself a favor. Stop it. What did Joe Biden say? Don't. You know what I'm saying? What did Kamala Harris say? Was it Putin or something? Don't. Okay? If you're migrants, you're thinking about coming to America, don't. So if you're thinking about wilding out and you think it's a good time to relive your second childhood, it ain't the time to do it. All right? Smack yourself and get back on track. There's chariots everywhere. There's another wildfire. Anybody see that? Like, nobody even cares about that. It's like, oh, okay. San Diego evacuation. I saw Lake Piru. I didn't know if that was the Bloods neighborhood. I have no idea. I'm not up on the geography of California, but I started seeing this is another fire, 5,000 acres, I believe, burning and, evacuation notices. So that's happening over there. It's about 5 degrees in Philly. It's a blizzard down south. What am I missing something? Like, come on, man. We gotta get it together, man. This is serious business. I'm laughing, but I'm not, if you know what I'm talking about. All right. Let's get Revelation 6, verse 1. We got more. All right. And like I said, I say it every week, man. We could be here till 3 o'clock in the morning with all the news that happens within a week. Just trying to condense it to let everybody on this platform, everybody's watching, everybody that will watch, know that this is the last days. These signs in the sky. There's gonna be a smiley face. There's gonna be a smiley face in April. Come on, man. Stop it, please. Help me out. All right. Let's bring that out though. Revelation 6, verse 1.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 6, and verse 1. And I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard, as it was the noise of thunder, one of the 4 beasts saying, Come and see. And I saw, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer.
We're good right there. All right. So, what I wanted was the seal open and the noise of thunder. Right. Now let's get Isaiah 29 and verse 6 on deck. You can put that on deck, and we'll come back to that.
Been some strange sightings over Fresno the past few days. One is a confirmed unidentified flying object caught on camera at the Mutual UFO Network called an interesting find. Fox 26 reporter Rich Rodriguez shows us the.
I'm sorry. Okay, so the last scripture is for this. My bad. I jumped the gun. My bad, y'all. But let's just watch this. Okay, this is Fresno, California.
UFO and another sighting that had the flight tower and pilots talking Tuesday afternoon.
Friday morning while you were sleeping, our Fox 26 tower camera caught this light in the sky just after 4 a.m. As our camera pulls back, the light appears to be over downtown Fresno. We sent video links to Earl Grey Anderson with the Mutual UFO Network.
Where you see that object move at the clip that it moves, and then it's hovering again. That's very interesting, and no, we don't get a whole lot of those. That one I would probably actually give an unknown classification to, which is a UFO.
Anderson says there were no space launches on Friday. He adds that no unusual stars or planets could be seen either.
What I thought was very interesting about that second video is the clip that it suddenly moves. I'm not sure what distance we're looking at there. It wasn't light speed or anything like that, but that is awfully fast. You got an interesting capture there. Somebody saw what I would technically call a UFO.
4 days later, another strange sighting over Fresno. A private pilot had this exchange with the Fresno Tower Tuesday afternoon.
Pressure, Tamara, Super Tango. Do you have any drone activity on your radar by any chance? On 5C Tango, we wouldn't pick up drone activity on the radar. We filter small stuff out.
A minute later, the tower contacts the Fresno police helicopter that's flying over the city.
I just got a report of a drone at 41 in Herndon, about 3 miles west of you, northwest of you. And if you can go check that out for me. We're currently working a call. As soon as we're done, we'll head up there.
The tower then reports to pilots in the area a drone was spotted near 41 in Herndon. It was flying at roughly 3,000 feet. A second pilot called in to report the object was following him at 3,500 feet. The first pilot to alert the tower called in again with an unusual sighting miles away.
I thought I saw something over downtown, about 3,500. You saw something over downtown at 3,500? Correct. It was like a white object. 59 Tango. How long ago was this? I just lost it right now.
We reached out to the FAA in Fresno for more information on Tuesday's unusual sighting by pilots but we have yet to hear back. Rich Rodriguez, Fox 26 News.
What is it? You be the judge. We want to know, have you
It's a
spotted?
chariot. That's what it is. It's a chariot the Most High God. And you're all in trouble. All right. So Salakia, that's what I meant to put in for the last scripture. So with the Revelation 6:1. Matter of fact, can we bring that Isaiah 29:6 out?
Gone. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 29 and verse 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder, and with earthquake, and great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire.
Gone. All right, let's bring this out. Great noise, right?
I ran downstairs going, what is going on? And that's the question residents in the small town of Leonardo, New Jersey want an answer to.
We went to bed around 10:30 last night, and all of a sudden this is like, wah-boom! It like shook the house.
After going to sleep to this,
It was a loud boom, like something blew up. Maybe like a gas explosion.
and being woken up by this.
I thought this van blew up. I thought maybe there was batteries in here, gas, and it just blew up. And it was loud.
Two mysterious sounds. One at around 10:29 p.m. Thursday, and another at around 3:43 Friday morning. Mike Moratori telling us he even saw the sky changing colors.
Blue, then it went white, and it was just crazy.
The Middletown Police Department stating on his Facebook page that the light and loud noise was caused by a transformer.
It didn't sound like a transformer. I've seen many transformers go. Yeah, it was much louder.
Jersey Central Power and Light telling Pix 11 News that they haven't had any transformer explosion in this community on neither of these 2 days.
I'm a fireman, so I have a scanner, so I didn't hear anything on the scanner. So I said, nothing blew up around here, so.
See how, you know what I mean? You know, when Esau lies all the time, but you know what I mean? He's trying to downplay everything. Like, oh, the transformer. Like, man, I'm a firefighter. You think I would know about this? And then they went to the people. That's how you got to do your research. You know what I mean? Do your due diligence. Went to the, transformer people. I'm like, yo, did they transformer blow up? They're like, nah, what you talking about? Let's keep going.
So maybe it's the base, it's your old base.
Neighbors hope tonight goes as quiet and peaceful as they say this town is.
We heard a really loud bang, and we ruled out a firecracker, ruled out a gunshot. So we had no idea what it was.
We also contacted the Naval Weapons Station Earl to see if they have any information of where these sounds are coming from or if they have any reports about it. We have not heard back from them yet. In Leonardo, New Jersey, I'm Eliezer Marte, Pix 11 News.
Mm-hmm. The Most High getting us prepared for some other booms, some other loud booms. Let's go to 2 Peter 3:10. What other booms are coming up? You can bring it out.
On the 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise.
With what?
Will pass away with a great noise.
All right, go ahead.
And the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up.
So prepare. Okay, let's go to Job 37. Let's see what I want. Start verse 4.
The book of Job, chapter 37 and verse 4. After it, a voice roareth, he thundereth, with the voice of his excellency, and he will not stay them when his voice is heard.
Go ahead.
God thundereth marvelously with his voice, great things doeth he, which we cannot comprehend.
Can't comprehend it, man. You know what I'm saying? Just like talking about the thunder, the loud roar and everything, there's obviously there's no lightning, you know what I mean? There's no storm. It's just loud explosions going off. And this has been going on for a long time. So if you go to go to you can Google it or YouTube, loud noises, and that's what you hear. And it's not just in Jersey, it's all over the country, right? But now it's particularly disturbing, if you will, because it's in New Jersey where all these drone, quote unquote, drone sightings are. Esau wants to know what's going on. We might have to go out there and have camping with that Leonardo, New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? Let Esau line up and kiss the boot, Esau, or cash app payments coming in, right? Oh, praise it. All right, let's continue on. Let's go to Job chapter 38 and verse 22. One chapter over.
It's the book of Job, chapter 38 and verse 22. Hast thou entered into the treasures of the snow, or hast thou seen the treasures of the hail?
So you got the Most High talking to Job, like, yo, you know about this? What, you know what I mean? Because he had to humble Job, right? Job was, in his feelings a little bit. So he's like, yo, you know about this? Go ahead, can you read verse 23?
Which I have reserved against the time of trouble, against the day of battle and war.
What's that? So that snow and that hail is used, right? Like I said, 23 has reserved against the time of trouble, against the day of battle and war. Check that out. Let's see what happened in the Gulf states. It's the Gulf of America now. It's not the Gulf of Mexico. We can't call it that. Change all textbooks. The white man has spoken, calling it by his name. It's now the Gulf of America. All right, you type it in Google and say I'm going to the Gulf of the Gulf of Mexico. It's going to say I don't know where that's at. It's the Gulf of America now. Welcome to tyranny. Hitler has spoken. All right, let's continue.
Take a live look from Galveston, Texas, and New Orleans now as a rare winter storm is sweeping through the South. That storm bringing dangerous cold and potentially record-breaking snowfall to states that rarely see this kind of harsh winter weather. The cold snap is also impacting travelers, and according to FlightAware, there are more than 400 flights delayed and over 350 canceled across the U.S. today. Houston airports topped that list with air travel completely suspended, and all 225 flights have been canceled so far today.
All right, let's go. Darn, Slakia. Let's go to Psalm chapter 148 and verse 8.
This is Psalms chapter 148 and verse 8, and it reads, Fire and hail, snow and vapor, stormy wind fulfilling his word.
That's what he's doing. He shut down Houston. Look at that. Shut down all these places, man. This is vicious. Let's continue. If you get Job 37 and verse 6 on deck, we're gonna finish this out.
CBS News reporter Katie Weiss joins us now live from New Orleans. Katie, you don't see this very often. Even a flurry is rare where you're standing. Now the city's under a blizzard warning. Looks like you're standing in the middle of the blizzard. What's it like where you're standing?
Yes, Liz, I gotta say, as someone who grew up here in the Gulf Coast region, this is not any ordinary day. That is for sure. We know that the Lake Charles area is under a blizzard warning for the first time ever in history. So certainly an historic event this afternoon in New Orleans in the Bayou State and for many southern areas across the Gulf Coast. We also know that just minutes ago, a city councilman, Councilman Walker, just posted on X that the New Orleans airport has shut down, that the front entrance doors are closed to the airport at this hour. That's pretty impressive to hear. So some huge travel impacts to many people across the region, whether they're flying or trying to drive around. I saw some drivers on the roads just a little bit ago, driving very slowly and cautiously. But here at this rooftop area where I'm set up, I've been talking with some of my neighbors and some folks who live here who have been sheltering in place, heeding the warnings to not get out on the roads. And I'm going to bring some of those folks in here now. We have Ian and Daisha Spooner. Good afternoon. How are you guys enjoying this very unusual weather event?
It's like winter wonderland. My wife just mentioned Snola.
Snola. I love that. Snola.
I mean, this is pretty awesome. I'm being born and raised in Louisiana. I can count on one hand how many times it snowed, and it's never snowed like this.
Never like this. This is unprecedented for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Are you going to be doing anything to commence or celebrate this historic day?
Eating some good food, maybe make a pot of gumbo, something like that.
Yeah, that sounds about right. It's a good New Orleans way to celebrate the winter weather. And here I have my other neighbor who's in law school right now. We have Josh Bucksbaum. Josh, what do you think about this? I think I saw you actually making a snow angel earlier.
Yes, I did. When in Rome, right?
Yeah.
So had to do it, but it's just been so much fun. Never get to experience this here.
Yeah. Have you ever, you said you grew up in Houston. Have you ever seen anything quite like this?
I was in Austin during the big storm in 2021. So this is my second time seeing big snow in the area, but first time here in New Orleans.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
Yes. Pretty impressive.
Any advice for people who might be watching in the South right now?
Enjoy it, and don't take it too seriously. It's snow, it's good times, and we're not in the Northeast, so we can enjoy it.
Yeah. And that's a very good point. We're not in the Northeast. We have a lot of snowfall accumulation that this region just isn't used to. And so their city leaders, don't really have the kind of, infrastructure to be able to handle snowfall like this. So certainly an unusual day, whether you're trying to stay safe or stay warm.
But you gotta love the people of New Orleans there, Katie. They always have a way to look at the bright side of things. That couple you interviewed, they're gonna make a big old pot of gumbo. They're just gonna ride it out. So that's a good attitude to have, because what else are you gonna do?
Exactly. I mean, New Orleans is known for being a party. It's not going to be a party that maybe is out on Bourbon Street this day, but yeah, a pot of gumbo is a great way to stay warm.
I love that attitude. All right, Katie Wise joining us live from a very snowy New Orleans. It is so bizarre, Jess, to see her standing there with the snow just dumping down. You're thinking, oh, she must be in Idaho or something.
And she just made the comment too. She was like, maybe not a party out on Bourbon Street. They're gonna party on Bourbon Street. You know that.
Please, wear your snow jacket. I love how they call it Snola.
Snola. It's Snola. Yeah, and it's a fun approach to what's really going on throughout that region, because from Houston all the way over into the Carolinas today, we are seeing snow in the forecast for us anywhere from 4 to 6 inches. So let's actually dive over there real fast. I want to pull up the maps behind me if we can. What's happening for us as we head outside today and tomorrow throughout southern Alabama, Mississippi, throughout the panhandle of Florida, areas like Panama City Beach and Destin are expected to see snow as we head into the following hours. This winter storm, it's a rare one, and it's record breaking in a lot of different ways too. Throughout the Carolinas into this evening, we're going to continue to see more snowfall as it pushes its way offshore into the overnight hours tonight, early morning hours tomorrow. Now, there has been issued advisories like a blizzard warning throughout southern portions of Louisiana and Texas. To add to that, we're also keeping a very close eye on those snowfall totals, because winter storm warnings and winter weather advisories last throughout this region, where they could see anywhere up to around 5 inches of snow near New Orleans. You head over to Pensacola, 3.5. This feels foreign to talk about in this area, but this winter storm is very impactful, and behind it is cold and dense air that we're going to continue to watch develop widespread throughout all the East Coast and the South as we head into the afternoon hours today. Anywhere down to 30 degrees below average in areas like New Orleans, and about 25 degrees below average in areas like Nashville and Lexington too. So we take a look at the map below me real fast. I want to show you what's happening for us. This cold polar air mass continues to impact 200 million Americans widespread throughout these states. And just to show you a little bit of perspective on this, here's what our feels like temperatures are like today. New Orleans, 14 degrees. You head over to Charlotte, North Carolina, 16 there, -10 into Cincinnati, -8. If I could read that right, actually, all the way over into Chicago. So it is a very impactful storm that's sweeping throughout this region. This huge polar air mass continues to move to the south. I have more on that coming up in a bit. For now, over to you, Liz.
All right.
So, they gotta, it's Esau, they gotta be laughing. This is so funny. But it's shutting things down, man. You know what I'm saying? There's a highway, 100 miles, just shut down, because, as far as like clearing it out and, the ice and all that, it's not equipped, Probably some brothers and sisters down there don't have winter coats. It's always 70 degrees, I don't know. I'm not from there, but I would assume that this is all record-breaking totals, I think it's like 9 inches somewhere in Florida. Like they're really getting hit. It's the Most High. Let's bring that out. It's Job 37. I don't know what I said. I think Job 37 verse 6.
Yeah, come, King. Book of Job, chapter 37 and verse 6. For he saith to the snow, be thou on the earth, likewise to the small rain, and to the great rain of his strength.
Yeah, you know who made it snow? God did it. It ain't climate change. It ain't global warming. It ain't the universe or whatever, Mother Nature. It is the Most High, Yahweh Ba'Shem Mashiach Yahushai. Better get to know him because he can do anything. He had it snowing in Florida, the Sunshine State. Imagine that. And buildings are collapsing. I says mobile. I don't know if it's mobile or something. Civic Center, the roof collapsed. It's too much snow. Let's continue. Let's go to Ezekiel 4 and 13. Let's talk about we've been getting poisoned. You know what I'm saying? We're getting literally poisoned here in America. The food we eat, the water we drink, poison. You went to, and I could say this on the internet because they'll say, oh, that's not true, it's medical misinformation or whatever like that. But the government's own study said the fluoride that they put in our drinking water lowers IQ of children. Well, what does it do to adults? Does it lower our IQ as well? I don't see why not. You know what I'm saying? If it's lower anybody's kid, I was once a child. What changed from, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'm a little bit taller, have more weight, but what if I drink a lot of water? What if I take showers with this? What if I put in my pasta and, boil the water? You don't boil fluoride out of water. It gets worse, right? Also, the dyes. You have some delicious candy, right? It's bright red, but ain't got nothing to do with a strawberry or a cherry. It is defiled. Let's bring that out. Ezekiel 4 and 13, King.
Khan, it's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 4, verse 13. And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them.
So here we are, among the Gentiles, among the heathen. And, I don't know about y'all, but I've been to Whole Foods a few times. Went in there with like $50, came out with like one thing. It's not in the budget. You know what I'm saying? Unless you know what I mean, got stacks on stacks on stacks and racks on racks on racks to feed your family from, eating food from Whole Foods, you're going to pay a couple dollars. So what happens? You got to go to the regular grocery store. You know what I'm saying? And that might be less, not might be, is less money, right? But those grocery stores, they have an organic section. They have a section that they don't poison. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the non-poison food, but you got to pay a grip to get it. Try to get organic apples as opposed to regular apples. You paying either $8 for the organic as opposed to $3 for the regular, where it has a whole bunch of pesticides on it. You know what I'm saying? And that goes all throughout the grocery store. You read the labels. That's why it's all praise to the Most High. During Passover, we got to read these labels. Oh, can't eat that, can't eat that. But during the year, we got to read it because it might have pork in it or something. You know what I'm saying? We got to read it. I'm like, what is this? I can't even pronounce this stuff. You know what I mean? Now, Trump put RFK Robert F. Kennedy in office, Jr., I believe, put him in office as, you know, the health czar or whatever. I can't think of his actual title. So now the corporation's like, all right, we got to start taking some poison out. But daggone, it's been poison the whole time, huh? Y'all been lying, huh? You know, was it cancer, you know, research? Like, give money for cancer research. How about you just stop giving out the food that has cancer? Can you do that? Nah, it'd be too much like right. Let's watch this video.
Red dye number 3. It's in thousands of foods, drinks, medicines that could be in your cabinets, probably are, to be honest. From colorful breakfast cereals to maraschino cherries to cough syrup, your favorite candies. Well, now the Food and Drug Administration is banning red dye 3, which some food safety...
Oh, thank you, Food and Drug Administration. Those two things don't go together. I don't want food with my drugs. I don't want drugs with my food. Split them apart. Nah, they in the same building, man. And real quick, I used to work at a school, right? I was on security. So as I'm walking, doing my rounds or whatever, I see one of our, you know, custodians I'm cool with, you know. Custodians and security go hand in hand. What's going on? You know, it's Jake, right? What's happening? This is Eve, actually. And she says, let me show you something. She showed me, so they give the children strawberry milk, right? I don't know if it's red dye 3. I think it's red dye 40, right? But the strawberry milk ain't got nothing to do with strawberries, ain't nothing to do with milk. Like, it's just poison, right? It's like pus and dye, right? Dye with the pus of a daggone cow, right? That has all types of steroids and hormones in it. Anyway, she says, look on the ground, right? And on the ground, it was this big red stain. She was like, somebody spilled their strawberry milk. And she's like, you know what? You can't even clean this up with like a regular mop and glow. You know what I mean? Like no mop is going to clean this stain out. You have to get a special solution that like almost like acid that burns in the, you know what I mean? Like it's something special just to get the strawberry milk out. And how many children drink strawberry milk? I know I did. But I noticed the next day, I said, they all drinking strawberry milk. I'm looking around and I had to go to get these students out of the class if they act up. I'm like, dang, so I'm in the lunchroom with them. They cool, they chilling, they drink that strawberry milk. The next class they go to, I'm getting them out of that class because they spazzing out, cussing the teacher out, and can't control themselves. Because they're being poisoned. They're having an allergic reaction to the red dye 40. And what's red dye 40? It's these little bugs, you know, little blood suckers you see on the ground and walking around, like they're like that, but they're on like cactuses. So they get that, multiply it, crush them up, and there's your red dye 40. You're eating bugs.
Advocates say is linked to cancer. News Nation weekend anchor Anna Koyman joins me now. Anna, you're probably the healthiest person I know, so you must have just jumped for joy yesterday. What products will be impacted by this new ban, and also why now, all these years later?
Yeah, good morning, Marky. Good morning to everybody at home. Red dye number 3, as you just laid out, is it a whole host of drinks, foods, and even medicines that Americans really consume regularly. But our producers have been scouring ingredients lists, and so you may want to take a look at your screen. Candies like Brock's candy corn, Ring Pops, they're going to be having to switch up their formulas. And then there's strawberry ice creams and some frozen yogurts. Some yogurts you may reach for in the morning too, and a long list of juices and sodas. And you can't forget about the savory stuff either. Take a look at this. Imitation bacon bits, Jack Link's beef and cheddar sticks, and some yellow rice all have red dye. So the name is right there on your screen. Even some medicines, vitamins are also on the hook. And so if you want to take a look at this, Pediasure Grow and Gains Ready to Drink Strawberry Shake, our producers even found, and really, Marky, the list goes on and on. But what people really seem to be shocked at about this, if you start to look through social media, is that the very same dye that we have been consuming was actually banned in cosmetics like lipstick and blush that goes on top of the skin since 1990, when researchers found red dye number 3 can cause cancer in rats. Now, the FDA has downplayed that study and says they have no evidence red dye number 3 causes cancer in humans, which is, of course, the biggest cause of concern. Meanwhile, critics say this recent ban on one specific type of artificial food dye does not go far enough.
The more we expose a sensitive body to all these artificial food dyes, just to begin with, the sicker we're going to be, the more illness we're going to have, the more medications we're going to be on, and the earlier we die.
So companies are going to have to remove red dye number 3 by the year 2027. Any imported goods will have
2027. It's literally the beginning of 2025. If you didn't see this report, keep drinking it. Keep eating it. Yo, these people are diabolical. They use rats in all types of studies. But when it's convenient for them, when it fits their narrative, oh, no, that don't matter. That's cool. Humans, you're good. The rats die of cancer and get tumors and stuff, but y'all be fine. That's why they tell you, they're like, every now and then they'll say, our report just came out saying that by the year 2047, 87% of Americans will have cancer. How do you know that? What makes you say that? Because they know. They're not stupid, man. These people are diabolical. They're heartless. They'll make $1 while everybody else is dying. You know what I'm saying? Especially us, because they put it in the cheap food. If you ain't got whole food money, then you know what I mean? You subjected to this. When I found that out, that you have to get a special solution, acidic, and get something to scrape up the stain on the ground, I stopped eating red dye 40, right? But family still does it, whatever like that, older generation family, right? So they might have like Doritos. I'm like, I ain't had Dorito in years. I ate that Dorito, I'm sneezing, all types of, it felt like I was allergic to it. My mouth started itching, all that, you know what I mean? So my body wasn't used to it. But if your body's used to it, it's only a matter of time before you can get something wrong with your body, some disease or whatever. 4 police officers have been shot in San Antonio, Texas. So not only is it snowing,
Slovakia.
I got you. Not only is it snowing, but like I said, it's the time for war, right? Battle and war. 4 cops tagged in San Antonio. Go ahead, King.
Yeah, I just want to add on to that red dye. When it comes to Skittles, the candy in America, it has red dye in it, right? But if you get Skittles from the UK, United Kingdom, there's no red dye in the Skittles. And red dye is banned in the UK. So what's funny about this, even the person I was trying to run for president, RFK Jr., a lot of people don't know about his background and history. He was also talking about the food in America that's poison and that the government don't care, the government ain't paying attention, and how we grew up with all these different type of foods, in our childhood, cereal, specific drinks, and they all have like fluoride and poison in it. And our people are so used to it. So we living in a beautiful time. Everything that people talk about is being exposed now. And a lot of so-called conspiracy theorists are ended up finding out, being found that they are telling the truth. UFOs and everything. So it's funny now. Everything we've been through now is being exposed. And they say we all deserve equal rights and all of this. You've been trying to kill us this whole damn time. So it's wild, man. I yield.
Like saying in those European countries, all that stuff is banned. And it was a sister that was living in America and then moved over there, and she was like, yo, I'm still eating these cakes and candies and stuff, but I lost like 30 pounds. I'm still eating the same junk I was eating in America, but this junk is better for me. You know what I mean? And they don't care about no children. They put it in vitamins. Probably them Flintstone vitamins. I don't know, like the little chips and everything they marketed to his children, it has dyes in it. So then they're like, Why are these children getting cancer? We gotta take them to St. Jude's Medical Center where they can, give $50 a month so this child can't have cancer. How about you stop giving them the food? The stuff you put in your body is so important. That's why I love this truth, man. The truth is tell you, don't eat this. You can eat that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like straight and narrow. Don't touch this stuff. You know what I mean? But what is this stuff called? Cochineal? Cochineal? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Um, but it's a tiny, soft-bodied, oval-shaped scale insect native to Southwest United States, subtropical South America. It lives on cacti, sucking the moisture and nutrients from the plant. The word cochineal comes from the Latin word cochinos, meaning scarlet colored. Scarlet, you know. Oh, your sins be like scarlet. Yes, the female cochineals and their eggs produce carmic acid, a red-hued chemical used to make vibrant red dye called carmine or grana. I don't know if I'm saying those words right, but it's insects eating bugs that you ought not. Diabolical, man. And like Ariel was bringing out, man, it's everything's being exposed. You know, it's a person on YouTube, The Art of Dialogue, interviewing people from the past. Tupac's girlfriend, Dame Dash, they just airing things out. Siegel, you know what I mean? So it's whatever's done in the dark, it's all coming to light now. You know, and all praise to the Most High. We're all alive to see this. You know, it's a beautiful thing. All right, let's finish this out.
To follow the same rules. And News Nation did reach out to several brands that are impacted by this ban, Marky. They say they are working actively to reformulate some of their products.
Pez, look at that. Lion King, Mickey Mouse, all the children. Why your children keep getting sick? You know what I mean? It's devil, man. He gonna pay for it, man. He gonna pay for it. Oh, I'm sorry. So the makeup you put on a woman puts on her face can't have red dye in it because it causes cancer. She just put it on her face. It gets in the skin, but she can't. They canceled that. But you can eat it. Yo, you know what I mean? We gotta play soccer with they. You know what I mean? We kicking around the. Never mind. I don't even want to give it away. But meditate terror on these devils, man, for real. All right.
Products that are on the store shelves still today.
Yeah, this is big news. It makes me rethink those conversation candy hearts, you know, that I love at Valentine's Day.
Me too.
Yeah,
I know. It's
so-
something we grew up with, you know?
Totally. Yeah. So big changes here in a couple of years for the foods, some of them that we love. Anna, thank you so much. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Totally. All right. So we got to put the right things in our body, right? It's very, I mean, you know what? It's not difficult if you stay, what's the word? Discipline yourself. You know what I mean? Fruits and vegetables, things of that nature. You know, if it's a big bag of chips and it costs $1.99, you probably don't need it. You start reading all those ingredients. Chips should be salt and potatoes. You know what I mean? If it's citric acid, benzodiazepine, like sounds like drugs. It ain't for you. You know what I mean? Stick to the script. You got rice. You know what I'm saying? You got rice. You know, you can chop up some onions and then some peppers and stuff like that. You know, just keep it basic, you know, until we get out of here. All right. You don't want to be attached to a bunch of equipment in a hospital in these last days. You know what I'm saying? And your body comes back to itself. So allow it to come back. You know what I mean? Stop drinking them sodas and all that stuff, man. Get some water, get some tea, have some tea, man. You know what I'm talking about? It's not out of this world expensive, okay? Cheaper than soda. You get a 20 box of organic green tea, Trader Joe's for like $2-3. Gallon of water, $2-3, and you can space that out rather than getting a big gallon of what's it called, fruit punch or Hawaiian punch, and messing up your insides. Don't let the devil win. Speaking of the devil, let's get Hebrews 12 and 16.
God, it's the book of Hebrews, chapter 12, and verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person, as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright.
Time. So, Esau, man, listen, never mind. Let's just watch the next one.
Disturbing case of allegations involving sex assault against a minor. A former South Jersey camp owner now facing several charges in this case.
Police say 46-year-old Tara Carr assaulted a teen over the course of multiple months. You might imagine the community's outraged. New Jersey correspondent Trish Hartman is live at Deptford Township with the details. Trish.
Sarah Bryan, Tara Carr is charged with sexual assault, luring or enticing a child, and endangering. Authorities say she was 31 years older than the victim in this case. Detectives say the assault happened over a period of several months last year.
It's upsetting. Wow.
Shocking charges against a South Jersey woman who was involved with a popular kids camp.
That's just kind of crazy to believe that someone would ever do that.
46-year-old.
Lies you tell, Esau. It's not something I thought somebody else would do that.
Tara Carr, a former part owner of Rastelli Kids Complex in Deptford Township, is charged with having sexual contact with a 14-year-old in Salem County over the course of several months. According to court documents, police were notified in May of 2024. Many of the encounters, according to detectives, happened in a vehicle in Marlton Park in Piles Grove, New Jersey. Police also say Carr would send the victim nude pictures and videos through Snapchat. Carr is a former part owner of the Rastelli Kids Complex in Deptford Township and a former director of Camp Sam, a popular summer program for kids at RKC. A spokesperson for the complex says the victim is not related to the camp or the facility and calls the situation unfortunate and horrifying. The spokesperson said Carr relinquished all roles at RKC sometime last year. The facility also hosts the South Jersey Storm, a well-known cheerleading program. Over the weekend, this message was sent out to cheer families, part of which says, quote, while Tara was previously an owner of RKC, she has never had any involvement in the operations or coaching of any SJS cheer programs or teams, and she will continue to not have any role with SJS. Folks we spoke with about the allegations were disheartened.
It kind of makes you lose faith in the community, like where to send your kids to sports, and you hear all kinds of things like this of coaches and teachers, and it's scary.
And we did reach out to Carr's attorney today. So far, we have not heard back. She is in jail in Salem County. She's scheduled to have a detention hearing on Wednesday morning. We're live in Deptford Township. Trish Hartman, Channel 6.
All right, let's go to 1 Ezra chapter 9 and verse 9. So she owns or part owner of a summer camp or a camp. Stone cold perv, you know what I mean? And one thing you got to know, right? You got to protect your children, man. Make sure you talk to them. Make sure you ask them questions to let them know if somebody's trying to do something or some feeling they get to come talk to you. You know what I mean? Because like the scriptures say Esau. It doesn't just say a few of them. It says Esau. This is what they do. They on some perverted, vain, disgusting type time, man. And you're going to see with the next video, something similar. But then you got to understand also that they back each other up. That's why I made fun of Esau. I never see any of that happen. They lying. You know what I'm saying? With this one, I mean, the next one, we'll get to that. But the judges help him out too. Oh, you don't need jail time. It's okay. Remember the one guy, I think he was a swimmer in college. He sexually assaulted a female. You know what I'm talking about. Sexually assaulted a female behind like a dumpster, and he got in trouble or whatever. Went to court. Judge threw it out like, "Yo, we can't put him in jail. It'll ruin his life." My man, she got, you know what I mean, in behind a dumpster with this guy. No jail time. So they help each other out. And this was really going to happen or continue to happen like at a whole nother level now that Trump is president. Now that he's president, they going to wild out. They are free. They're going to be freaks, do whatever they want to do. Murderous, hunters, hunting people down. Brother's going to be something happened to Jake. Everybody going to protest. Trump himself will send Kyle Rittenhouse like, yo, shoot up that John. I'll pardon you. This nigga done pardoned how many Proud Boys? Everybody that was there. Them dudes was vicious. They went in there. They broke into the Capitol. Hut. You should see them jumping on fences and all that stuff. They deserve to be in jail. Pardon them. They all out. He got an army now. Bigger army. Okay? So, I say that to say, what did Ice Cube say? We behind enemy lines, dog. If you ain't got the Most High, if you playing games, if you 1 foot in, 1 foot out, you hating your brother in your heart, hating your sister in your heart, it's going to be a rough ride, you know? I pray you repent and get it together. Pray I get it together as well. Pray I don't fall into no traps. You know what I'm saying? Pray for each other. This is serious, okay? Let's bring that out though. First Ezra 9 and 9.
It's the book of First Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 9. And do his will, and separate yourselves from the heathen of the land, and from the strange women.
Go get away from them. Go that way. All right, let's put the next video.
She was trusted by the school district and by parents. But tonight, a 5th grade teacher in Cape May Courthouse is accused of having a sexual relationship with one of her students. Detectives say the abuse started when the child was 11 and lasted for years, and that the two share a child. Wednesday night, I'm Shari Williams. Rick has the night off. The big story on Action News tonight.
Yeah, you heard that. She got pregnant by him. He was 11.
Is a South Jersey teacher behind bars accused of sexually assaulting a young boy and having a child with him. Action News reporter Leland Pinder has the story from Cape May County, and detectives say the investigation is far from over.
Middle Township Police and the Cape May County Prosecutor's Office both investigating here. Prosecutors say these alleged crimes occurred between 2016 and 2020, but the arrest just coming Wednesday. They're now asking anyone that might have even more information to please come forward. Once a 5th grade teacher, now behind bars with bond revoked. 34-year-old Laura Karen was taken into custody at a home on Orbit Drive Wednesday in Cape May Courthouse. Prosecutors allege she sexually assaulted a former student for several years and had his baby.
You know, Miss Karen, there's nothing to see here. There's no one that wants to speak with you.
This unidentified man pulled up to the home while we were there. A short time later, another woman appeared from the home after we'd already left.
Do you want to talk to us?
No, I want you to see. You came outside. Please, I'm willing to talk to you. Authorities say,
I mean, come on. You see that? You see the way these people talk? I mean, you know what I mean? At least go out. Look, I know her, but you know what I'm saying? I don't agree on nothing she said. She did what? Man, look, you know what I'm saying? Like, get the F out of here and all this. Y'all, they back this. And also an update on this, the judge released her. Go ahead, you go home, you know, it's all right. She's not gonna reoffend. She got bail. She's a what's the word? A predator. An 11-year-old, she's a predator. Got pregnant with him? Come on, man. You know? But they back each other up. The judge is like, yo, you've been through enough. You go home and rest. Okay, we'll bring the trial back. That's just letting you know off top she's gonna get that what's that woman's name that shot the man while he's sitting here eating ice cream on his couch. You know what I mean? Go pet her hair. You know, can I give her a hug? It's a whole different type of energy when they're in the courtroom as opposed to us. They don't even hear the case. They don't even look you in the eye. They're like, I already know you're guilty. I'm just gonna find out how much time I can give you. Let's continue.
The abuse began when the victim was 11 years old. According to the criminal complaint, a few years later, Karen gave birth to the victim's baby. Karen taught at Middle Township Elementary number 2, and the victim was once her student. Prosecutors say Karen and the victim's family became friends, leading to the victim and his siblings staying overnight with Karen once or twice a week, but at some point they began living with Karen permanently. Investigators say the case came to light last month when the victim's father posted on social media saying Karen's 5-year-old child looked very similar to him and his son. Neighbors say the arrest Wednesday appeared discreet. This woman said she saw multiple black SUVs but didn't realize they were police.
If it's true, I feel sorry for the people.
According to the prosecutor's office, the school district will have support services and counselors available for students, teachers, or families who may need.
You feel sorry for who? Feel sorry for the 11-year-old. I feel sorry for the people. Nah, man, break it down. You feel sorry. You should feel sorry for the child that was sexually assaulted by this woman. Now, reverse. Say that was a man. Would they let him out of jail? You know what I mean? Getting a 13-year-old pregnant? What do you think? You ain't got to answer it. We already know the answer. It's a double standard in this, you know? A woman does it, it's like, wow, hey, man, 13 years old, you got yourself a little lady. You know what I'm saying? If it's a guy that's doing it, like, you're disgusting, we're going to castrate you. Go on, man. We're in bizarro world. But this is Esau. This is Esau's in power, so this is what you get. Okay? Let's continue on. All right. Wow. Con, let's go to Sirach, chapter 11 verse 32. Brother just sent me a article. A married mother of 4 having difficulties with her marriage in 1996 when I can't put that guy's name. I can't pronounce that guy's name. Was a precocious 12-year-old in her class, a suburban in this South Seattle suburb. A teacher who married her 6th grade student after she was convicted of we'll say scrape, okay? Just for the algorithm's sake. Scrape him in a case that drew international headlines, has died of cancer. There it is. She came out of jail and married him. Was married mother of 4 having difficulties in her marriage. You see, like, and then the media, it's like, she was having difficulties in her marriage. She was upset. She wasn't taking her medication. They always got an excuse. For us, we never get no mental illness, nothing. It's like, look at that nigga. That nigger, right? About 1:20 a.m., June 19th, 1996, police discovered them in a minivan parked in San Manu's Marina. It's in a minivan with a 12-year-old at 1 in. Now you got to ask yourself, where the hell is his parents at, man? Like, oh. And 34, she was 34, he was 12. Initially told officers the boy was 18, raising suspicious that something sexual was going on. But back in the police station, they denied there had been any touching. Instead, they said had been babysitting the boy and took him from her home, and she and her husband had a fight. Wow. About 2 months after the Marina incident, she became pregnant. Was she not in jail? She's in the back of the car, back in the minivan with a 12-year-old at 1 in, 1:20 in. 2 months later, she got pregnant? Hold up. She should be locked up. The second child was conceived in 1996. Yo, Esau is disgusting. This dude is 12 years old. And he's like, I guess I can't really tell his nationality. Maybe some type of Asian type of, you know what I mean? But definitely not another Edomite. And that's probably what these other women are doing. You know what I'm saying? She Jake, and he got that lust for Jake, whether he's 11 or 21. They don't care. Babysitting the boy. Okay, hold on. 2 months later, she got pregnant. Their second child was conceived in 1998 after she had pled guilty to child scrape and received 7.5-year prison term. They were married on May 20th, 2005 in Willenville, Washington, after serving her time in prison. It should be like, well, I guess he's older now at that time, but still, you know what I mean? You should, you know what I mean, have a release like you're a felon, you know what I'm saying? Like if you come out you're a felon, you can't hang around other felons, you can't hang around anybody convicted of crimes, you gotta like go to your parole officer. They should have a stipulation like you gotta stay away from this dude, like because obviously mentally destroyed him at an early age. Um, let's see. A previous marriage, hold on. Statement NBC on the behalf of the families that this woman died 6 months after having been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. Hey man, you gotta go. Now we're deeply saddened. We're not gonna talk. We're not gonna read that. Nobody should be deeply saddened about that. Man, we're in this place is crazy. And before I go to the next one, it's a guy named Kingsley, right? This guy went around to different like congressmen and politicians and with there's a movie about him. I think Liam Nielsen is the like lead actor, and they're making this guy to be like a saint, you know what I'm saying? But he was an abuser. He had children playing with themselves and seeing how fast they can what's the word? You know what I mean? See how fast they can feel really good and timing it and all that, and he's filming stuff. Yo, main man was a pervert, right? And he went to the politicians so he can lobby to say that like pedophilia is fine. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just a man loving a younger man or something. You know what I'm saying? But the kid could be 6, 7 years old, whatever. So that's why when they get caught, 15 months, you know what I mean, probation, all because of this guy, and they reverence him. You know what I'm saying? Because they're like, well, I'm that same way myself. So, hey, if I get caught doing something I ain't supposed to do, they got man child, man loving boys or whatever like that. It's like a organization. I don't think they have FBI people watching them like they watch the Hebrew Israelites. And that's a fact. You know, there's a legit organization that people can join that promotes pedophilia. So when they talk about LGBTQT plus, that plus is for pedophilia. Anybody that tells you different, they're lying. Okay. Let's continue. Let's bring that out. Sirach 11.
Okay. It's the book of Sirach, Ecclesiastes, chapter 11 and verse 32. If a spark of fire, a heat of coals is kindled, and a sinful man layeth wait for blood.
Go ahead.
Take heed of his mischievous man, for he worketh wickedness, lest he bring upon thee a perpetual blot.
They wait for you. They're gonna wait. They're gonna wait to get you out of here, right? Just like a spark of a fire and a heap of coals. A sinful man lay wait for blood. So everybody, I want to be rich. I wish I was like Elon Musk. You see him with Tesla, he had all his space programs. Man, I admire that guy. Let's look at Elon Musk now. We talked about this yesterday, but again, we can't talk about it enough. He is the president's closest advisor.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you. My heart goes out to you. Yes! This is what victory feels like. Yeah! And this was no ordinary victory. This was a fork in the road of human civilization. Okay. This, there are elections that come and go. Some elections are, important, some are not. But this one, this one really mattered. And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you. My heart goes out to you.
People are like, oh, you see, did you hear that though? He said his heart goes out to you. So he wasn't doing a Nazi salute. He said his heart goes out. He grabbed his heart and he went up like that. So that just means his heart goes out. Yo, man, some people just will never see it. Esau's never going to be honest with the stuff he does. He thinks far ahead. Jake is like, was that a Nazi salute? No, it wasn't. Okay, it wasn't. No, of course it was. He's African American. He's from South Africa. His Tesla is like one of the racist companies on the planet. They got in trouble for that. You know what I'm saying? You think your company's bad. You think your job is racist. You think your supervisor is bad. That was the temperature in their organization. That was what it was. That's what it was. You know what I'm saying? To the point where they took it to court and they won. I'm assuming. I'm pretty sure they won. I wouldn't have heard about it if it was anything less than that. Do you know what I'm saying? So you can't be surprised at anything. Do you know what I'm saying? He's always talking about, oh, they're going to replace us. Like, he's talking about the replacement thing. Like, y'all need to have children because look at all these. We got to get the immigrants out of here. They're taking over this, that, and the third. Blatantly racist. Every racist talking point he tweets on a daily basis. You understand? This is what he does. This is what they do. And we're going to watch the next video because everybody, well, it's just the heart, and that's what you think he is. You think he's a Nazi, da da da. But guess what? All the other Nazis are like, my man, that's my nigga right there. That's it. I was waiting for this. Now it's time. They embolden them. You know what I'm saying? And they say and then Trump, he's not. He says what he says. He said, look, Proud Boys. What are you gonna tell the Proud Boys? I told them to stand down and stand by. Hold up, what does that mean? Can you explain that? He don't have to explain it because he already said it. You can't take back words you never said. He said, stand down for now, but stand by. I got you. Yeah, we're good people. There are good people on both sides. Good people on both sides. Charlottesville, remember that? They ran the person over with a car, right? Kyle Rittenhouse shot people up at a protest. They invite him to the. They invite these people to like the State of the Union. There's Kyle Rittenhouse. He's a good kid. That kid. You shoot these right in the eye. And what's the other name? Daniel Perry choked out the brother that was having an episode on the train in New York. They invite him come up to the skybox. You know what I'm saying? It was like a party or what was it, like it was a football game or something. You get rewarded. That's where we're living at right now. Please do not for 1 second forget that every white person, every Edomite in America totally understands that if they kill a so-called black man or a black woman, you know what I'm saying, or a child, whatever, they're going to get a GoFundMe. They're going to get a presidential pardon. They're going to get fame and recognition throughout the land of Babylon. Legit. That's legit. I just seen a video where Warren Sapp just got arrested. He wasn't even doing nothing. He's like, yo, you know what I mean? Is that the right, because the person said you're going, I don't know if he knew the guy or he just wanted to, make sure the guy was all right. I don't know. He's just talking to the cop, and the cop's like, "You're being detained." It's like, for what? He's like, "You got a problem?" You know what I mean? Like, if he would have, this is Warren Sapp. He could have threw that cop against the wall and broke his back. You know what I mean? If he would have did anything, moved suddenly, whatever, he would have shot him. He would have got a GoFundMe. He would have got a paid vacation, and we got a presidential pardon, and he would have been chilling in the Oval Office, busting it up with the biggest racist on planet Earth, Donald J. Trump. Trump might be Esau himself. Somebody told me that last time he was president, and I'm like reincarnated. I mean, as far as like regenerated, it's a possibility, man. You know what I mean? And the Most High is gonna snatch his crown. All right. Don't forget about God is in control and he's watching everything. Literally with the drones, chariots. You know what I mean? So everything that's happening, he knows is gonna happen. We gotta have this protection in these last days. All right, let me play this next video. You can get Cyrac 21 on 9 and 9 on deck, and we're gonna watch this last video.
What do you think of Elon Musk, perhaps the president's most visible advisor, doing 2 Heil Hitler salutes last night at the president's televised rally?
No, Elon Musk did not do those salutes. I was not at the rally, but I can tell you I've been at many rallies with Elon Musk, who loves to cheer when President Trump says we need to send, our U.S. space program to Mars. Elon Musk is a visionary. I'm looking forward to his work in DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, and look forward to looking how we can be more efficient and effective. But that is simply not the case. And to say so is the American people are smart. They see through it. They support Elon Musk. We are proud to be the country of such successful entrepreneurs. That is one of our greatest strengths as Americans.
So let me share with you what a few Americans have said about it. Evan Kilgore, a right-wing political commentator, wrote on X, "Holy crap, did Elon Musk just Heil Hitler at the Trump inauguration rally? This is incredible. We are so back." Andrew Torba, who's the founder of the right-wing Christian nationalist social platform Gab, said incredible things are happening as he amplified the visual. The Proud Boys chapter in Ohio posted the clip on its Telegram channel with the text "Heil Trump." A chapter of the white nationalist group White Lives Matter posted it on Telegram. "Thanks for hearing us, Elon. The white flame will rise again." I could keep going. Over and over last night, white supremacist groups and neo-Nazi groups in this country rallied around that visual. Does it concern you that those elements of the neo-Nazi and white supremacist element in the United States believe that what they saw last night was a neo-Nazi salute?
What concerns me is these are the questions you believe are most important to ask to the UN ambassador. I have a very strong record when it comes to combating anti-Semitism. We just had a historic election where President Trump earned historic support from American voters because of his strong leadership combating anti-Semitism, which has been a scourge across the country, skyrocketing since October 7th. So I intend to bring moral clarity to this position and continue to speak out as a voice, as a beacon of light, condemning anti-Semitism at the United Nations, which is representative of President Trump's record and President Trump's promises that he made on the campaign trail.
You are right. These are the questions I choose to ask because I think that your work and the administration's work on anti-Semitism only comes with real impact and credibility if it holds both right and left accountable. I simply don't believe that if a member of the squad made that same gesture last night, that there wouldn't be commentary from you and others. So I want to make sure that our work has credibility, and credibility comes with calling anti-Semitism and anti-Semitism behavior out when it comes from both the right and the left.
Notice they're saying just anti-Semitism. They ain't worried about us. They're saying we the last one on their mind. They're like, hey man, you got a problem with the Jews? No, all right, you cool. Blacks, nobody, they count us out. You know what I'm saying? So put it like this. Pay attention to your surroundings. All right. Watch your back. Pray to the Most High. Most High doesn't say just walk around blind, and you know what I mean? If somebody, you know, if somebody's about to shoot you, let them do it. You know what I'm saying? That's not what the scriptures talk about. Actually, in the Maccabees, when it was the Sabbath and they attacked and brothers died in the cave and then fight back. And then what did we say? What the Maccabees are, look, we can't die like our brothers. You know what I'm saying? If it's the Sabbath, we gotta fight. We are in for a very interesting 4 years. You know what I'm saying? Some believe that this is the beginning of Jacob's trouble. I'm one of those people. I don't see how this is going to benefit us. It doesn't. You know what I'm saying? He already fired DEI hires. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that they're all us, but women are involved in that, Asians, East Indians, whatever. You know what I mean? And this guy that was part of the Doge, to get things done, part with Trump. I can't think of his name. It's all, so begins with like a V or something like that. He quit already. He probably saw that. Like, hold up, y'all gonna fire all the DEI hires? I'm quitting. I'm going back to political office in like Ohio. Okay, so this is where we're at. Let me read this real quick. In the GNT, Sirach 11 verse 32. It says, a single spark can set a pile of coals ablaze, and a sinner is just waiting for a chance to do violence. They're literally just waiting for something to pop off, or they're going to make something happen or whatever. But trust and believe, they're on go. We can't be stuck playing video games, getting high, getting drunk, and walking around the city. Can't even pay attention, can't even see nothing. You know what I'm saying? We might be Zuck. We can't do that, man. We got to pay attention, man. We got to be focused. Though, getting on these classes, we have a class every day, man. You know what I'm saying? Being focused on the word of the Most High God and listening to yourself, when I say listening to yourself, meaning like the Most High giving visions, dreams, or whatever, and being in tune with the Most High God. It might be time to get out of here. The scriptures talk about that in Ezra. We might have to be pilgrims on the land. Might have to get out of Dodge, because these Edomites are going to turn up. They got nothing else to do. They already got the world. They already own everything. They just don't like us because we got the blessings, okay? Let me read verse 33. Watch out for such people and their evil plans. They will ruin you permanently. And that's what they want to do. You know what I mean? Like a purge. I think, wouldn't it be great if we had a day where we can he said that. He's not making this stuff up. He wants a purge. And when it happens, who's going to stop it? He ain't stopped January 6th. Okay? Can you bring that out? Slack, I know it's getting late. I'm talking.
Sirach, Ecclesiastes chapter 21 and verse 9.
Yeah.
The congregation of the wicked is like tow wrapped together, and the end of them is a flame of fire to destroy them.
Kind. So on the GNT, it says a group of people who have no respect for the law is like a pile of kindling. They will meet a fiery end. So they're going to catch it, okay? So we got to just, lean on the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Get your body in shape. You know what I'm saying? You might have to go to war. I seen a video today. Esau ran into Eve in their car. He put a gun to her head, and he was gonna shoot her. And everybody's watching. They all got cameras out. He didn't care. He didn't shoot her. But it was a point in time where she's yelling at him and everything, right? So he starts to walk away. She's still yelling. We got to be smart. You know what I'm saying? Harmless as doves. Okay. Wise as serpents, harmless as doves. Okay. In a situation like that where you're not armed and somebody has a gun on you, and you got a chance to get out, get out. Don't keep antagonizing it. You know what I'm saying? Because then he really put the pistol in her face. And that's not to be, soft or you know what I'm saying, nah, man, put a gun on me, da da da. You gotta, be smart, live another day, and to fight for that. You know what I'm saying? Even though we in stolen land, still got access to courts. Take that nigga, use wisdom. Take that nigga to court. Sue him. Take his truck, take his house, take everything. You know? Put him in jail. And then put him in civil court. That's what Esau does. Esau will put you in civil court in a minute and take everything you got. We gotta do the same thing. All right. That's the lesson. Hopefully it was edifying y'all. You know what I mean? It's a lot going on. We got some diabolical people running this country, more diabolical than previously, you know, because now he has nothing to lose. I don't think he's going to leave out of office anyway after 4 years, but he knows legitly this will be his last term technically. So he's going to pull out all the stops. That's why you have 200 executive orders. And we got to figure out what these 200 executive orders is. We're going to be living in this country. Let's figure these things out, all right? You know, you let me know, and I'll let you know, and we're going to do what we do, all right? So let's close out in prayer. Give you a couple seconds, get yourself together, where you want to kneel, you know, prostrate yourself, hands, head down, whatever, however you want to pray. You face the east, and we will close out in prayer. This is the Lord's Prayer in Paleo Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malachwaka, Daba'a, Ratazayaka, Hayah, Aisha, Baratazah, Kawa, Hayah, Bashemayim, Dadananawa, Lacham, Cow, Yawam, Wasalafnawa, Kabawafnawa, Kasalafnawa, Kabawafinawa, Wala'a, Dabianawa, Banasayawan, Abo, Hawashainawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwaf, Wa'ala, Watapalaraf, Labulamnyam, Amen. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 6, and verse 9. After this manner, therefore, pray ye, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Lord, Yahweh Bashem and Mashiach Yahushai, we come to you humble and shamefaced in these last days. We can see that America is a sinking ship like the Titanic. Bubba Kashar, Bubba Kashar, Bubba Kashar. Keep your angels encamped around us, those that fear you, those that aim to do your work, those that aim to be righteous. Keep us close, keep us under the shadow of your almighty wings. Destroy Esau and the other nations, vex them utterly, send evil angels amongst them, have Trump trip down the steps every time he walks out the house like Joe Biden, give pestilence to him and his family and everybody that he has close to him in his administration and that racist, disgusting White House. Bring them down to their knees, down to the ground. Have a meteor fall on Elon Musk's house and lift us up in these last days. Protect us and our family and our loved ones. Give us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding in these scriptures. Give us dreams and visions of what to do next, where to go, how to operate, living behind these enemy lines with these vicious, pale-faced, skin cancer, diabolical beast that we're living amongst. Baba Gashar, Baba Gashar, Baba Gashar. Don't listen to any of their dreams. Daslaki, don't listen to any of their prayers. Notice how the Black Lives Matter Edomites that, oh, I'm cool, how they're not saying anything, how they're not speaking up, how they're enjoying the reign of racist, disgusting Edomites that don't take showers, dirty, lice-filled. Notice how they're not saying anything because they're right in line with the program. So Most High, as a law-abiding Israelites that aim to be, we say that they're all guilty here on earth. So please, Baba Gashar, Baba Gashar, Baba Gashar, send that judgment. Make it swift, make it consistent. Give them no room to breathe. Have them not knowing their left from their right. And we will continue to praise your name, Yahweh Shema Mashiach Yahushai, throughout the four corners of the earth. Dawada Abba. In Yahushai's name we pray. Amen. And also, one thing I have been noticing, few, things that have been happening in recent days. The Most High is definitely getting us prepared for things. We got to make sure we communicate with each other, because who knows what this devil has up his sleeve. I had a situation in my house where I had to leave real fast, even though it wasn't serious, but it was like a test. How fast can you get out? How fast can you grab some stuff and leave? You know what I mean? So I see the things that have been happening in recent events, HOI, as test. And, we gotta, if something bad happens, quote unquote, something bad happens in your life, this is probably, I would say, my, opinion, but don't take it too personal. Why God? Why God? More than likely than not, if you're following these law, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability, he's trying to show you how to move and operate, because we're going to have to deal with these things in the future. And it'll be muscle memory. Just get it done. All right? So to everybody on the live stream and on the Zoom, on the live stream, I bid you shalom.
Shalom. Shalom.